box.
Dude, yeah.
Conforming to whatever anyone else says you should be.
Why is Renee Rapp feeling so moved by Cynthia Erivo? In today's video, we're going to break down this amazing interaction between Renee Rapp and Cynthia Erivo, all from a personality type perspective.
I think my experience of you is someone who's just outspoken and who knows their own self.
It's funny how she described Renee in like very clear, like couple of words. You're outspoken, that is true, and you really know yourself. That's kind of a lot of what Renee Rapp talks a lot about. Then Renee tries to describe Cynthia, and it's like,
I first saw you when I was 16. You started performing, I was like, I get it. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I was like, she's just like different. Just like inherently so different.
I saw you in this show, now I get it. Like I'm starting to connect everything, but she doesn't explain any actual concrete stuff.
She just said, you're just different. You're just, I can't even say it. You're just different.
Yeah,
you know?
and then as I watched it, now I understood more just through watching things that I could somehow fill in the blanks for myself without really telling you in words or description. It just kind of started coming together for me in my head.
Like I was like, wow. I was like, this is so crazy. I was like, this is just like, and it just is like who you are. I was like, oh, she's singing. I get it. All right. Okay.
If you see Cynthia's vibe in comparison to Renee's, her introverted feeling, it's just there for you.
Also early, like,
Bro, super early. Totally.
you have time. If there's so much time
Totally.
for all of that to happen.
Totally. And it is like
You were literally
now.
discovering yourself. That's exactly what you needed to do.
Like she's present, but with introverted feeling there, it's almost like this presence showing that, yeah, I'm here for you as well. Like I'm really listening to you. It's full attention on you. And in a way where she's very comfortable. Whereas with Renee, her presence is there, but it's just like full blast and expressing all of the different challenges and things like that, but almost like disconnected to the connection between them. I don't know. It's just an interesting vibe if you have a look at it.
I knew I wanted to do the colour purple
Yeah.
when it came to London. And we heard that it was coming and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing that. I'm gonna do that. And I was so sure about it. It was
Totally.
like, this is, I meant to play that role.
Yeah.
I know it, like intrinsically.
Of course.
I don't know what it is, but I know that's the role I'm supposed to. I just knew.
It's like you can.
Yes. Renee, like, right. That's exactly the same for me.
I knew it was supposed to be happening. I know I was supposed to do it. For sure. Happy to do it. Didn't know why. I was like, I just love this show. I love this. I know I'm supposed to
Oh,
do this
that's a great one. So you can see how introverted intuition, a lot of the way that it tries to make guesses and take in information is because it wants to explain the why. So introverted intuition is always like, well, if I ask why, then I'll get more understanding and information because there has to be a meaning about why this is happening and why this exists, right? I like how she said that she just knew, but she didn't need to know why. I just had a feeling and I trusted it. I didn't need to keep guessing. I didn't need it to have been answered. I didn't need to play it out in my head to understand the meaning of what it's trying to tell me yet or imply, but I knew I had to do it. And you could see it didn't need to be something that was very clear for her yet. For ESPs, they do have that ability to understand that there is like a
Bigger picture
sometimes.
Or
yeah, but it doesn't
purpose.
always need to be like fleshed out in full and answered. That's what makes their SE a little more on the higher side. It's just that they're like, okay, I get that there might be something here, let's go and explore it, rather than let me fully flesh out everything in my head before we actually do the thing. Then you see Renee who's like, no, I get it. Like, yeah, that's just what it is.
no.
Yeah.
Whereas with Cynthia, it's like, you can't know everything. If you just do it, the meaning will develop or emerge. But
Yes.
I have to do it
Yeah.
first. And I think connecting this to a real life example, there have sometimes been people in my life where I'm like, why do you have to actually do it to know what it's about or what it means to you? These things like, you know, trying out this job or getting a job. With ESFPs, I've sometimes had these situations where I'm like, if you just think in your head about what it's gonna be like, you just sort of know whether you like it or not, or whether it's a good fit or not, or these types of things. And the learning that I've been recently having is honoring that for some types, especially when sensing is a lot higher. Sometimes like actually just having the real experience and living it and doing it is the learning that they're looking for. And so even if they could just use hypotheticals to try to guess what it is.
Better just to actually live it out and have an experience rather than guess.
And I was always like, why is that so necessary? But I think that respecting that and like almost appreciating that and going, yeah, that's true. The best way to really know for sure is to just live it out and do it.
I think what I'm hearing from Cynthia is the reason why she thought, well, this is what I meant to do next, and why she was sure of it is that because her introverted feeling is something that she does work on a lot and listens to a lot.
I know I was supposed to do it. For sure. Didn't know why. I was like, I just love this show.
Oh,
I love this.
she said it.
I'm supposed to be doing this piece.
When you work on your second function a lot, it does actually help you get into more of your inferior function. When she said things like, oh, I just knew. I didn't know exactly why, but I just knew this was the right thing. It's probably also because there's a resonance inside her that goes, yes, this is what I love, or this is making me feel that this is what feels good and feels right, you know, from like an introverted feeling resonance. Because she's able to know, well, I know what I want or what's important to me. I can slowly start having to trust something unknown without needing to completely be scared of it. The inferior function, it's not always like we're so bad at it and we can't do it at all. We can do it. It takes work through that second function.
That's so cool.
And
it literally, it makes me like, I'm like, wow.
It was only when I was like at the airport with my ticket in my hand, about to get on the plane, that I was like, oh fuck, this is it.
That's a great life advice for ESFPs, honestly. I think like if you have ESFPs that commonly go, I don't know what I want to do in the future. I don't know what I want to do next. Like I have to apply for something. I just finished my university, or I don't know where I want to go next. She is a great example. Ask yourself, how much do you really love it? She basically said, I didn't have to know why, but I knew that I loved it and it was something that I really cared about. Sometimes you don't know everything. And that would be very scary for a lot of like types that have sensing as a dominant position. So ask yourself, how much do you really care about it? How much is it something that you're willing to be responsible for? And also, how much does it make you actually feel passionate about something?
It's just so interesting to hear you talk about it because I feel that way in the back of my head all the time. I'm like, I know exactly what I want to do, but trusting it
is sometimes tough.
Of course.
Thank you, Renee.
It looks insane. I know I sounded absolutely insane to people. I know I sounded crazy.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Same. I know I still do.
And I like...
Renee, it's so intense.
And I think I've learned now to just listen to that.
That's
and
so
9
cool.
times out of 10 is the best decision to make.
This is literally taking me out. I'm like, God damn.
Now she's crying.
No.
You're like a vocal Bible to teenagers in theater. And
Are you fucking joking?
No! You're out of here. I think that's also like why I'm crying. Cause
Oh, she was crying.
Yes.
you were so integral in something that I didn't know that I wanted to do that I ended up doing that ended up changing my life.
This is fucking nuts for me to hear. Do you know that? Trying to give permission to people to just be themselves.
Dude, yeah.
Conforming to whatever anyone else says you should be isn't what's going to get you where you want to get to.
No, bro.
Finding out who you are and being who you are
100%.
is what, like, you know.
FP rant.
That's what changes things.
And that's the gift that Cynthia is giving to Renee in some ways.
People all the time.
Like, you have to give yourself more permission to just be and be you.
Yeah.
Whereas with Renee, that's such a stress point and an angst point.
Because there's so many other things telling you to be everything you're not.
Yeah, especially here. Especially here. Yeah.
Oh.
And I think the wonderful thing about this is that all I've ever really done is be myself.
Mm-hmm. And it shows.
So, it means a lot.
It shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. If you were to boil everything down, what do you think the superpower of Cynthia Erivo would be?
For someone with ESFP preferences, her superpower is really that she's so good at using that introverted feeling as a way to help people. Not just for herself, but also because she knows herself, she can teach people. And when you're good at your second function, you can become good to a point where you teach someone. the lessons that your second function brings to the world.
I don't know if I really believe it, but I feel like that.
If you feel it, then you probably do believe it. Like if the core of your being, if your DNA says, I think this is good,
That's what we were talking
then
about.
it's probably great.
Wow. All ENTJs need an ESFP in their life. If you don't work on your second function, you can't tell people about it. You're sort of figuring it out for yourself. And so she's a great example. She's literally telling RENEE RAPP, like, well, you just know, you listen to your feelings and you listen to how your body will give you those triggers. Like there's a bit of extroverted sensing in there. You listen to how it makes you feel in your stomach. That's a good feeling for me. This other feeling, that's an anxious feeling. And
how do you decipher?
It just feels different. When I get nervousness in my brain, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if this is a good idea.
That's like a
But then I get nervousness in my tummy.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
If you're an MBTI nerd and like watching real-life examples of personality types so you can learn more about yourself and others, check out the membership link down below in the description. As well, if you're interested in some expert help figuring out your best fit personality type or understanding the ways your personality patterns show up in real life, check out our MBTI Foundations course linked down below in the description. It's a 3-session teaching program designed to help all levels of MBTI enthusiasts. Thanks so much for watching today. Catch you guys in the next ones.